So how did I win huge at the Breeders' Cup last year? Well, I didn't use a huge book. What I did use was a 2-page form with better information. It was easy to use and understand and took minutes to handicap each race. Now I made thousands of last year's Breeders' Cup. Now I'm going to show you the exact grid that I used because I know you don't believe me yet. Let's start off with day 1 in the Breeders' Cup marathon race. You'd expect in a marathon race for the best late runner to finish first. In this case, it finished second at 5-1. Now you also notice in this race that there were only 2 early runners in the field, the EP4 and the E6. EP4 has a much better chance because the E6 is one-dimensional. While the E6 with the best early pace did finish third at 25-1, and the EP4 held on for first at 10-1. This was clearly a pace scenario race. Now to the best lay runners, AU Minor finished 4th, Giant Oak didn't run his race. They're back in this year's race against, once again, 2 early runners in the field, and also 2 European invaders that need to be watched. And the grid will show you which ones those are. Moving on to the Juvenile Filly Turf at 8 furlongs. Once again, the top lay runner finished second at even money odds. The top power horse, second best lay runner, finished first at 13-1. And the third best lay runner finished third at 7-1. Now I just want you to look at the performance figures for the winner of 91 and 87 and the second place favorite at 88-81. How can you tell me that Winter Memories is 13 times better than More Than Real? I mean, what was the public thinking in that case? Who knows? But number 1, they didn't have the grid, and number 2, they probably just dumped all their money on the best lay runner in the field, which they usually don't even know who it is. And I'm going to show you that in the next race. The best lay runner in this field, according to the grid, was Shared Account at 46-1, the second longest shot in the field. Now, how is that possible? How is that possible for this horse to go off at 46-1 and the favorite to go off at less than even money? So the favorite was 46 times better apparently, but you can see from the performance figures that the actual winner is a legitimate contender and has the best late running ability. Another one of the top late running horses finished third at 31-1, and another one fourth at 5-1. So it's clearly a good late runners race. Once again, a pace play. One of the early runners that also has late speed. Very powerful at 46-1. Rounding out the day was Unrivaled Bell at 7-1. Looks like about the third best overall horse in the field. The top 2 overall, and the top 2 lay runners finishing second and third as the favorite and 5-1. That's another easy trifecta there. And that's just day 1. We go to day 2, big drama, very deserving winner of the sprint at 5-1, top power and speed. He's trying to defend his title this year, but he has an outside post, and there's 2 horses with legitimate speed inside of him that could have something to say about it. In the 5 furlong turf sprint, the best late runner finally won again at odds of 6-1, followed by the best early runner at odds of 9-1. Now I should mention in this year's turf sprint, the best late runner offers morning line odds of 21, and that will probably go up by post time. Uncle Mo is a very deserving winner of the Juvenile, and he's back in this year's Classic. Goldakova was a very deserving even money favorite of the Breeders' Cup Mile, and she is also trying to defend her title this year again, and probably will succeed. Now here's where things got interesting last year in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. How does Dakota Phone win the longest shot in the field at 37-1? Well, what most people saw, like me, was his highest dirt figure of 100 is less than the dirt figures of just about every other horse in this field. The other thing I noticed, though, when trying to make a case for him, was that he's coming off some good polytrack figures, specifically the 98. And normally, good horses in good form off polytrack come in and run a high figure like this 108 when they shift to dirt, or going from the 86 to 101 or the 97 to 102. So I did try to make that case, and I should have stuck with that case because he ended up winning at 37 to 1. And the other thing to notice is there are two horses, Dakota Phone and Mind That Bird, in this race. They're actually late runners with querying points of 3 or less. One of them has good form recent, and the other one, Mind That Bird, not so good. That's another angle to use to get this race. It was a tough one, but it was chock full of speed, and one of the best late runners took it. That it actually is a late runner that runs from behind the pack. In the turf, 12 furlongs, European Invaders expected to take it. However, the public put all their money on Bekabad. Why not use both of them and get the winner at 8 to 1? The day rounds out with the Breeders' Cup Classic. The best late runner according to the grid was Blame, won at 5 to 1. The second best late runner, of course, Zenyatta, finished second at even money odds. Another one of the best late runners was Fly Down, finished third at 36 to 1. Another good late runner, fourth at 5 to 1. And yet another good late running horse, Patio Prado, sneaks in at 33 to 1. Now, one thing that all these horses have in common, S, P, S, S1, P2, all of these are late runners, pressers, and stalkers with querying points of 3 or less. And if you take those and look at the ones with the highest LP and stamina, those are the 5 that finished in the Super High 5 that paid $7,000. That was last year's Classic. In this year's Classic, 3 of the 4 top late runners have odds of 30 to 1 morning line, and some of those will go up. So you may want to get the grid while you can. So how did I win big at Breeders' Cup last year? It's simple. I used the grid. You can get it at horseracebetwin.com. Click on the Breeders' Cup link. I'll see you there.